Hey everybody, this is Deb with Truthification Chronicles, and this is going to be a short one because I'm tired. That hearing just lasted forever today, and I'm recording this, of course, on Wednesday night. So, yeah, I'm pretty tired. I'm probably going to be even tireder tomorrow, just wait. But I did find something in it that I wanted to share with you. Actually, in Friday's video, I'll have some clips of different things and a little bit of commentary. It's just, it takes longer to put those together because I have to remind myself of what's in all the clips, and it just putting them all together usually takes a little bit. So instead, I'm going to do this one tonight, and then I'll work on that tomorrow. So during the course of the event, as such as it was, Debbie Lesko made a comment about a letter that she had sent to Nadler. So I wanted to dig that up just in case you were watching it and you wondered what letter she was talking about. Well, this is it. It's fairly short, but I did want to point it out to you because she's actually doing a really great job when they give her a chance. And just to let you know, she's from the 8th District in Arizona, and she is on the Committee on Homeland Security, as well as the Committee on the Judiciary and the Committee on Rules. So kind of an important person to be working in this particular hearing. And I'm sure if you didn't watch it, you've seen clips of some things. And if you did watch it, you're probably wondering why you did and how many brain cells you lost in the process. But yeah, it was pretty much what you would have expected to have happened. So there weren't a lot of surprises, but there were a couple things, and I will point them out, like I said, in the next video. So anyway, so she sent this to Jerry Nadler, and she said, I call on you to cancel any and all upcoming Judiciary Committee hearings regarding impeachment. The process to date has failed to not only meet the basic standards of respecting minority rights for committee procedures and providing due process to the president, but has also violated your own standards for any impeachment proceeding. During an interview on MSNBC's Morning Joe on November 26, 2018, you outlined a three-pronged test that you said would allow for a legitimate impeachment proceeding. You know, this is the thing. They've been quoting Jerry Nadler himself. So I don't see how anybody watching these hearings cannot get the idea of how two-faced they are. Because, of course, when it was Clinton being impeached, Jerry Nadler had all these things to say about, oh, we need to take our time. We need to do this carefully. It shouldn't be something haphazardly and just for political gain. And then they turn around and they do this. It's like, wow, did you guys even listen to your own words? And so I hope the American people who watch, if there are any at this point, catch those things as they're going on. Anyway, so she says, you said there are really three questions, I think. Number one, has the president committed impeachable offenses? Number two, do those offenses rise to the gravity that's worth putting the country through the trauma of an impeachment proceeding? And number three, because you don't want to tear the country apart, you don't want half of the country to say to the other half for the next 30 years, we won the election, you stole it from us. You have to be able to think at the beginning of the impeachment process that the evidence is so clear, of offenses so grave, that once you've laid out all the evidence, a good fraction of the opposition voters will reluctantly admit to themselves they had to do it. Otherwise, you have a partisan impeachment which will tear the country apart. If you meet those three tests, I think you do the impeachment. Well, Chairman Nadler, your own three-pronged test for impeachment has failed on all three counts. First, the evidence and testimony have not revealed any impeachable offenses. Second, there is nothing that rises to the gravity that's worth putting the country through the trauma of impeachment. And third, you and House Democrat leadership are tearing the country apart. You said the evidence needs to be clear. It is not. You said offenses need to be grave. They are not. You said that once the evidence is laid out, that the opposition will admit they had to do it. That has not happened. In fact, polling and the lack of one single Republican vote on the impeachment inquiry resolution reveal the opposite is true. In fact, what you and your Democratic colleagues have done is opposite of what you said had to be done. This is a partisan impeachment, and it is tearing the country apart. As such, Mr. Chairman, I ask you to keep your word and stand up to pressures from your own leadership who want to deliver an impeachment vote by Christmas and cancel judiciary proceedings until each of your 3 prongs have been achieved. These proceedings have failed to meet your own standards that you have publicly outlined. Follow your own advice and cancel these hearings. Get back to the work of the American people and focus on issues they want us to achieve, like lowering healthcare costs, passing a new trade deal with Mexico and Canada, and securing our borders. These political hearings do little to achieve progress for the country, and by your own words, will tear the country apart. So I thought she did a good job with that. Of course, they came back and said, oh, but it's very obvious, there are definite impeachable offenses. And of course, that's what the hearing was really all about. They brought in 3 different scholars for their side to say, oh, yes, it's definitely impeachable. But anyway, we'll talk about that in tomorrow's video because, the lady they had on their panel, she's like the poster child for Trump derangement syndrome. So anyway, that was pretty funny. And there were some other things that happened, like I said, that I want to point out. They were little things, but they do add up. So that's what I've got on this particular one. I'll leave the link down below. And guess what? Now, I have the Bitchute channel. And notice it's Truthification _Chronicles. So I do have it. But I don't have the videos up yet. I am using their importer and they're in the process. So supposedly it's going to import all my videos. We'll see. At least that's what it says. And so, I don't know. Will I wake up tomorrow morning and have a bunch of them on here? I'm also working on getting the other logo where it's the white background instead. But yeah, so I will put the link down below if you want to follow me on Bitchute. But this is new to me, so be patient if I do things wrong or whatever. But I will try to make sure that I put things up on both. It's going to be interesting. Well, old dogs need to learn new tricks, I guess. So, I wanted to leave you with that and let you know what was going on. I am prepared, although, folks, I really don't think it's going to be this great big purge like everybody's saying. I could be wrong, maybe they will, but I just don't see that happening. I understand the terms of service change, how it could open the door for that in the future, but for right now, I don't think it's going to be this overnight type situation. I think it might over time end up purging a bunch of channels. I don't know that mine will be one of them, although it depends on their criteria. But since most of the things that I do deal with government documents and things, I think they would be hard pressed to take me out. But, they definitely are not in my favor. So, I don't know. We're going to see what will happen. But don't panic, because I really just don't think that on the very day these terms of service go into effect, I don't think there's going to be this magic, all of a sudden, everything changes situation. But that could be me. Maybe I'm just hopeful they'll have a little bit of sense. So anyway, I did want to tell you that. Yes, I told you I had this Bitchute account for a while, actually. And I have 3 subscribers, so yay. But hopefully, you'll get the link and you can follow me there. So I've still got a lot of people I've got to follow too. And I understand, and I am preparing for it, but I just don't think that it's really going to happen, at least not immediately. I think it may drag out over the months, but a lot of it's going to depend on what happens here on the 9th and the 11th, so it's going to be an interesting time. Anyway, that's what I've got for you on this one. I want to thank you for stopping by, and I'll see y'all later.